6 a.m. on the scree slope up to the saddle to climb that right there, Little Bear Peak. The walk up Lake Como Road, not super fun. And this is our route, this steep gully. And you know, it's pretty steep, definitely more so than it looks. We'll be coming up to that notch up there. So far, just very loose, like very, very loose, like 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of thing. Looking out over towards Blanca Ellingwood. As you can see, it is helmets on time. Still working our way up that gully to the first saddle. And I'll give you a shot here at some of this terrain. Literally right up there at the top. So we're just probably 30, 40 feet below it. And here's looking down. I mean, they say it's difficult class 2, maybe low class 3. In terms of overall steepness, I'd agree. But, I mean, just do not underestimate how loose this is. It's just a pile of trash. We ended up pretty much sticking to the side of this solid rock here before cutting in and navigating on some larger boulders to get up, which might have taken us through some low class 4 on the solid rock just to do it, but it felt way more stable. I mean, every step here you're sliding and kicking stuff down, so definitely, I mean, on the lower part towards the entrance of the gully, it's okay, but as soon as you get to that point, I would recommend throwing the helmet on, just in case. We're lucky that we sort of have the mountain to ourselves right now, but if there were a bunch of people on here, I would definitely be hyper aware of rockfall. Anyway, sun's coming up, it's looking beautiful today, and we'll be at the saddle very shortly. We've begun our traverse along the ridge. You can get a sense of what that is like. Not too bad. It's a lot more solid, still a bit loose, but a lot more solid. The cairns are actually present in this part, where in the gully there aren't really cairns because I think it's so steep and loose they all get knocked down. This part's some fun scrambling. You know, it's pretty mellow and enjoyable. And we're pretty close to getting around this rib here, and I'm pretty sure, you know, right in there, as soon as we get around the rib, we're going to see the Hourglass. Okay, so another quick check-in. We keep coming around these ridges. I keep thinking that the Hourglass was going to be like up this way, but I'm pretty confident that's the peak, which makes this gully in here the Hourglass. And I mean, that's like way out in front of us and pretty steep. So this is starting to look pretty crazy. So I guess we're gonna kind of follow the cairns as we can, see how the rest of this traverse goes. Yeah, I see another cairn down there, so we're definitely gonna start going down in elevation. I guess picking our way across this scree bullshit before we start making our way up. And I mean, quite a ways up before we hit the base of the Hourglass. So the description of the route, I think, was a little deceptive, at least to me, in terms of like sort of what this traverse was like. I thought it was sort of just up and around the mountain, but it's really around and then up, like, you know, a ridge line before we get to the Hourglass. So be advised when you're going out and trying it yourself. All right, talk to you soon. Still coming around the traverse, and as Alex was saying, I mean, really there's no videos showing off like kind of how exposed the traverse is. Don't get me wrong, it's not like extreme, like super nerve-wracking, but it's definitely, I mean, way more exposed along this entire traverse than we expected it to be. So just a little note as we continue to make our way to the Hourglass that still seems super far away. Finally, nearing the end of this traverse. that just keeps on giving. I mean, it's not insanely long, but quite longer than expected. And looking up there, I mean, that is the Hourglass. And we are gonna get a little closer up to the base of it. Okay, here we are looking down the Hourglass gully, and here we are looking up. And you can start going up to climber's left. I'm a little bit on climber's right. There is a bit of slick rock here that's still wet. So I'm trying to just kind of get across it here. And it is time to start making the way up. The rock is not like super wide handholds right here, but it's definitely textured and grippy enough that it feels all right. And already I'm honestly kind of regretting coming to the right because there's all this water coming down. So I'm going to try and get up and get across here to where it is probably going to be a little bit drier. And yeah, pretty quickly here we are on class 4 terrain. This is definitely class 4. This is not the Crestone conglomerate for sure.
Alright, here we go. Imagine this is very similar to beach trap, right?
We'll be able to down climb this, I'm pretty sure. Like, I keep looking back down and it like looks totally maneuverable.
I should have went your way.
Yeah, this way's kind of fun.
This rock was that way. Right, there we go.
Definitely not gonna be going like super fast. And just kind of come up this way. Yeah, there are hand and footholds. They're definitely not huge.
No, but you also got to be careful. Some of that rock is really worn down and a little bit slipperier.
Yeah. Just like really making sure I keep like 3 points of contact on this kind of steepness. 'Cause if you slide, you're gonna be hurting. And then it gets to a little bit more of a landing.
A landing.
You can chill.
You can stand here.
Maybe
I'm gonna shoot straight up to the right.
across this way and across. You're going to the right.
I'm going to the right and then to the left.
Yeah.
I think.
I like that too.
That's interesting looking down.
What's that? Yeah. This rock is chilly today. My fingers are cold.
Made it.
Well, based on, I mean, just so far at least, how I was feeling after coming up that loose bullshit gully, definitely feel more comfortable than I thought.
This is better. I mean, I'm like actually feeling better about it.
Yeah.
I will say that this rock is definitely a little bit harder to go up than Crestone Needle.
Yeah,
It's
Crestone Needle,
it's not quite as grippy.
that conglomerate was really knobby and had tons of holds, like hand and foot. This is more
This is like hard.
jagged, smaller ledges that you're grabbing onto.
Yeah,
And
oops, sorry, excuse me.
no, you're good. I think, see that water up there? I think we still want to stay left.
Yeah, I would do
So-
that. I know it's like a little bit steeper, but like I don't want to fuck with that.
Get some action shots of you climbing, busting through the hourglass. Yeah, that skinny point right up there, I see a rope right at that skinny point.
Oh, so we're like getting...
Yeah, we get up there and then I think we bang a left.
Yeah. Did you get a good angle of me going up?
Yeah. Woo! Oh, this is the part of the hike where I want to say hi, Mom. When I first started reading about 14ers and some of the class 4 and the more difficult ones, and I did not think I would go from class 2 hikes to this kind of terrain within the span of one summer. But it isn't quite as steep as I'm sure the video is making it out to be. Don't get me wrong, I'm on all fours climbing, but there's constant forward progress. This rock is actually like really solid, and every handhold just like feels good. Feet feel grippy, and I mean the route is definitely like obvious to find. Like it's like, okay, I can totally make this move. I can totally make this move. I can totally ramble while I climb.
So this is like what I'm thinking. It's not like that bad.
And that's like the first 2 pitches there probably.
I mean, we're doing good. Like the top is like right there. We're already to the part where they've got the ropes.
Yep.
I think.
I kind of like this coming up this angled side right
I
here.
like this. Right
And then I
here.
want to hook over.
It's a little. I mean, I don't know. Like.
It sketch you out. Don't get me wrong. This is definitely the steepest class 4 we've done right here. I mean, this is like
For
almost.
sure.
This feels like almost class 5.
Yeah, I'm like.
Oh, this feels like almost class 5 for real.
I'm gonna find some like good handholds here.
Yeah, and some of these rocks are loose. Like if you see right here, that one's loose. So you just want to be careful where you're stepping. Make sure you're really testing footholds
I don't like that shit either.
before coming up. I think this is the way to go. You just want to be like
It is the way to go. It's
real
just-
careful. This is, I swear, this feels like class 5. I don't know. It's the most difficult class 4
This is for sure
I've done to date.
sketchy as shit.
Like,
Dude, how the fuck?
coming down this might be, we're gonna have to down climb this front face.
Yeah. I can't even like.
Yeah, I mean, I lean into the wall, look back at that. Oh man, this part is like slick.
It's alright. This is pretty grippy. I want something with more holds, so I'm like going up this. Where do you see the people coming down?
I thought I heard people. I'm not sure.
There's lots of good holds, so like come up first.
Yep. super.
There's a lot of really good handholds if you just go straight up.
Yeah. Pretty steep. Not quite sure where I want to put my feet.
This is up to
There's someone behind us too.
there.
Yep,
And then there's somebody behind.
single climber.
It took me like freaking 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get up that wet pitch. That was like the sketchiest freaking, huh? James!
Oh wow!
Got a Grant!
What's up?
We gotta watch the weather, I think.
Yeah.
So if it's looking good, then yeah, I say why not?
Yeah, but like if you're gonna do it, like, yeah, let us know. It's funny seeing you.
Crazy seeing you up here.
I wondered if it was you. I was like, yeah, it looks like James. Be safe getting down.
Yes, stay safe, you guys as well.
Thanks.
I hope the angle on this footage looks good. Another quick pause. Shrek, I'm looking down. Ooh, man. When I first saw videos of this, it really was the like stuff of nightmares, like so scary. And you know, definitely a few nervous moments so far in this gully, but overall just hanging on, and right now feeling much more comfortable. All of it so far has felt doable, like I haven't been pushing up to the next move. And anything that I thought would be like cause me to tumble down and have a horrible day. So all right, Little Bear summit in a cloud right now. Some clouds blew in, but we are on the summit. Here's the Little Bear. 35?
Something like that.
36? I think 14036. Quite the summit for being barely above 14. Mission accomplished. Woo! Definitely some spicy class 4. I would say compared to Capital, the class 4 was more difficult and steeper. So definitely do not take this mountain lightly. We're gonna have a snack probably pretty quickly and then head back down because it is windy and cold up here, and you can see really beautiful, cool looking clouds blowing through. Windy and coming at us. Wow. We go down, way down there. Woo! All right, I'll try and get some down climb footage, and I'll see you folks back at the traverse. All right, your basically just down off the summit here. The summit's just right behind us. Realizing my GoPro battery died during the ascent. Excuse me. But I am pretty confident that we got all of the meat of the Hourglass ascent captured. Oh, wind's dying down, so I can take my mask down. Sorry about the muffled voice. And now we are really starting our descent. Still looking above. I think, you know, curving around down there is going to be the entrance to the top of the Hourglass and our descent thereof. This is pretty diced. Okay. So here, and then
This is the crux.
yep. So I want to get a foot here, and then onto that one down there. Yep. And then there. Yep, one sec. Okay. And we're here at this landing just below what we have deemed the crux route. So if you can see kind of right sort of here where the rope ends is just above this crux route. This pitch, this little pitch right here is like just like definitely the most difficult if it's wet. And you know, if you can't go up this area because it's wet, staying off to the left side is definitely the most difficult single move of the gully now that we're on our way back down. So from here on out there's more class 4, but it does not exceed what we've already been down, so we're getting pretty close to being home free. Okay, back here at the saddle, looking down that steep gully. We need to go back down to get to the lake, and then walk on that side of the lake to get back. Well, we were up there. Someone referred to this gully as the bowling alley. Might be what it's called. Might be because people go bowling when they kick rocks all the way down. So definitely going to keep the helmet on for this one, and it's going to be another steep, loose adventure until we get back down to the more shallow talus field that'll take us back to our path to the lake. We are almost home free. I'll check in at the lake for a little bit of a closure. All right, everyone. Final check-in. That behind me is the remaining way up the bowling alley, or so it's called. We're pretty much all the way down to some flatter talus before we make our way to the river crossing and back down to the path towards the lake. So at this point, the hike is essentially trivial. So thank you for watching my journey, our journey up Little Bear. Hopefully, if you're trying to hike this yourself, you've gotten a little bit of information that will help you decide and prepare on your own effort. And if you're just here to watch and enjoy, thanks again. Give you one last look here out across what has turned into a beautiful day. There's Little Bear Peak and the lake hiding just over this little talus hill. once we get back to the lake, about a 5-mile hike down that horrible road, and then we're home free. Peace.